This collage of pictures overlooking delegates inside this hall clearly paints a vivid impression of the core objective of AGOA for Africa: promote the diversification of Africa's economy and get its products into American markets. But other than the products displayed here, it's oil that has really dominated Africa's trade with the U.S. through the AGOA initiative. The delegates here are hoping they can change that with the new AGOA, especially with global oil prices on a sustained downward trend and the U.S. cutting down on its import of crude.
We need to make sure AGOA's potential is fully explored and the benefits fully utilized. And that will require work on both sides of the AGOA equation. Our African partners will need to design strategies to take full advantage of AGOA's tariff preferences. And the United States will need to work to make sure we're providing the trade capacity building and the other assistance necessary to support those strategies.
Even though the designing of those strategies would require a lot of work and brainstorming session, there was a deluge of suggestions from some of the resource persons during one of the plenary sessions here on how to get Africa's non-oil sector key into the AGOA initiative and become the main driver of trade between Africa and the U.S.
The first thing that we will have to do much more of, I know that we've been doing that, but we need to do much more of that, is to engage and actively collaborate with our private sector. I think we need to do the heavy lifting in that regard. That, colleagues, is the key to having the expected impact from AGOA.
The U.S. private sector has been passive. There is a need for us to forge partnership with the U.S. private sector to boost competitiveness. And today, if the U.S. investors can put money into the non-oil sector, that will enhance the quality of Africa's products and ensure that Africa can be fully integrated in the global value chain.
Virtually everyone at this summit agrees that Africa must look to its non-oil sector in order to reap from the huge opportunities that AGOA offers and diversify its economy and make its products more competitive. But then there's also a consensus that for that to happen, the continent must work to improve on its poor infrastructure, which many believe is what is holding back Africa from realizing its true potential. Deji, Badmus, CCTV, Libreville, Gabon.